Hello. In this discussion, we will cover classification of signals and systems. The overview will include different types of signals, their classification, different types of sources, and certain basic standard signals. First of all, the signals are categorized into continuous and discrete levels. The continuous signal is such a signal which exists for every instant of time, such as analog voltage. On the other hand, the discrete signal are defined only at certain discrete time intervals, such as the output from a sensor. The fixed or time invariant system are those where the system properties doesn't change with time. And on the other hand, as the name implies, the time varying system is such a system where the system properties changes with respect to time. That means the slope is variable with respect to time, whereas in this case the slope is fixed, whatever the time period may be. In a linear system, the principle of homogeneity and additivity, that means the superposition principle, is being maintained, and it is a straight line passing through origin, the response of the system. On the other hand, the nonlinear system, the output is not directly proportional to the input, and it is not a straight line passing through origin particularly. However, straight line like vertical straight line or horizontal straight line, such as the characteristics curves of ideal voltage sources or ideal current sources, denotes the nonlinear behavior. Nonlinearity involves two types. First one is proportionality, non-proportionality, and non-passing through origin. If it is a straight line, non-passing through origin. In certain cases, the system parameters are concentrated, and for the analysis purpose, they are taken at fixed at certain concentrated places, and the analysis is carried out, such as for low frequency. This is particularly evident for low frequency signals and for short duration, short length lines. So these kind of systems are known as lumped system. The network analysis lies on this lumped parameter analysis, where the resistance or capacitance or inductance are assumed to be concentrated at a certain place and have a fixed value. In the other part, it does not have a value. Whereas in a distributed system, the parameters is distributed throughout the length of the line, such as the long transmission line. In a passive system, the energy cannot be generated. That means the energy cannot be transferred from one form to another, or the signal level cannot be amplified, such as resistor, inductor, capacitor. These fall into the category of passive systems. And in active systems, the energy can be either amplified or can be transferred from one form to another, such as transistors, op amps, this kind of semiconductor devices. Sources are categorized into two, that means independent and dependent sources. Independent sources are those sources whose output are not affected by circuit variables, whereas in case of dependent sources, output depends on other circuit variables. Independent sources are categorized as voltage source or current source from electrical point of view, and in the same analysis, dependent sources are either voltage dependent or current dependent. In this note, the voltage dependent sources are also classified as either voltage source or current source. Similarly, current dependent sources are also categorized into two types, current source or voltage source. Now, certain standard state signals which are useful for circuit analysis are step signal, which has a sudden transition. That means before switching it was not applied. Suddenly after switching instant the signal exists. Ramp signal means from switching onwards a signal is proportionally or linearly increasing. Impulse signal are those signals which exist only during the switching transients or switching instant. Before or after switching, the signal does not have any existence. And for very small duration, a finite length signal exists, that is the impulse signal. Sinusoidal signal are those signals which vary periodically with either sinusoidal or cosinusoidal format. Square signals alternate between two levels of high and low in a periodic way. And sawtooth signal means it is a linear rise and abrupt fall of signal in a periodic interval. On a summary, it can be said that signals and systems are classified or various attributes. This analysis helps in modeling of electronics controller communication circuits. Thank you.